Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking a little bit more about probability, and we're going to get into the rules of it and how to work with it and some more depth with it. So we've talked about the two different types.
Marvin, the bus drivers meet in the room down there to clock in. Thanks.
So the two different types of probability we talked about were theoretical and experimental. We're going to do a little bit of work with both, but before we start working with them, we need to talk about some rules. Just like any kind of math, when you go to work with something and solve something, you have to know the rules. You have to know that 2 + 2 = 4 always. So, we'll talk about some rules. Rule 1. Is the multiplication principle. Okay. So the multiplication principle, I'm going to give you the robot version. When I say robot version, I mean all the big words and it doesn't make a lot of sense, and we're going to break it down. It says that if an event occurs in m ways, and another event occurs independently in n ways, then, and this is big, I know, the two occur in m times n ways. So write that down. Okay, pause it. You got it. Copy it, and I'm erasing. Actually, I should have left it. Oh well. So that's the robot version. We're gonna break that down. So first off, I want you to forget all of that. I know. And I want you to think about Golden Corral. Okay, we're going to a buffet. So on our buffet, I want you to go to the bar and get me a plate. And on that plate, I want one meat, I want one vegetable, and I want one bread. You see bread? Yeah. So, if there are, it's Golden Corral, so there's probably, let's go with 10 vegetables. And probably, we'll say 5 or 6, we'll go 6 meats. And probably 4 breads. Now, look back at the definition you just wrote down, and we're going to talk about some words in there. So what I want you to do is replace, so pause for a minute. These are options, right? I have 10 vegetable options, I have 6 meat options, and I have 4 bread options. Okay? But altogether I want one of each. So how many things will I have on my plate? 3. Of those 3, I have different options. Okay. So these right here would represent my options. Okay? Or, in robot language, look back at your definition, these are my events. Okay? So those are my events. Now, one of the most important words that you're going to pull apart out of that definition is independently. It says if an event, so if an option occurs in so many ways, or in ways. And another option, let's say this one, occurs in so many ways, occurs what? Independently. That's the word we're going to talk about. If it occurs independently. So let's talk about what that means. We have our options, and they're independently. So independent would mean, and this is a very important star, independent. Independent, okay? So if it occurs independently, that means that my choice of one option has no effect on my other options. Can you see that down there? Oh, yeah. Okay, so if I get meatloaf for my meat, that does not determine whether I get green beans from a vegetable. I can get any meat and get any vegetable, they don't depend on each other. But let's say I was getting what does a meat and vegetable have to go together? There aren't really any. Chicken pot pie, for example, okay? Let's say you're getting chicken pot pie. Chicken pot pie, chicken would be my meat. And if I get chicken pot pie, what does one of my vegetables have to be? It has to be peas or carrots. Or we'll say peas and carrots. Okay? Because there's always, I know not always, but most of the time there's peas and carrots in chicken pot pie. So those would be dependent on each other. But, since they're not, we're not getting chicken pot pie, we're just getting fried chicken and mashed potatoes. They're independent. They don't determine what you get. So if I get chicken or beef or whatever, it doesn't matter. That doesn't make me have to eat another vegetable. I hope that makes sense. If not, see me today after the video. So that's what my independent. My choice of one option, so my choice of my meat has no effect on my choice of my vegetables or my bread. It doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt it or help it in any way. Very important. Okay, so we took out